Good afternoon. I'm Linda Gillum, first Vice Chair of the Board of Trustees, and I'd like to welcome you to the iconic gardens of Cranbrook House. Isn't it beautiful today? It's so wonderful to be here and see all of you in person. And thank you for coming. It's an honor to be here this afternoon to welcome Cranbrook's 9th president, Aimeclaire Roche, and to honor Cranbrook's 8th president and 2nd President Emeritus, Dominic DiMarco. It says a lot that an institution as rich in history and as educationally and culturally significant as Cranbrook has had only 9 presidents since 1973. AC is joining a very distinguished group of leaders, all of whom have made their mark on Cranbrook in one way or the other. The Board of Trustees is very excited to welcome AC and is thrilled that she will continue to build upon the great foundation that's been established by others. This afternoon, I'd also like to take a few minutes to speak about Dom DeMarco. Dom came to Cranbrook in 2008 and served as its Chief Operating Officer for 4 years. During that time, Dom brought a professionalism to Cranbrook's budgeting and financial system and greatly improved the financial reporting process, resulting in improved audits every year. It's a big deal. Many renovation and capital projects were realized during Dom's tenure as COO and president, including renovation of the Art Museum, including building of a 44,000 square foot new collections building, and completion of a new girls' middle school. After tireless work shoring up Cranbrook's infrastructure, in 2012, Dom was elected Cranbrook's 8th president. One of his first orders of business was to build a strong and collaborative leadership team. Working together, Dom and the senior team established the overriding strategic themes which served as the guiding principles for all decisions made during his tenure. These strategic themes include a focus on safety, security, technology, innovation, collaboration, outreach, and most recently, diversity, equity, inclusion, and access. Dom had the vision to identify programmatic needs throughout the community and work with the program directors and board chairs to develop goals and objectives to meet those needs. Working together, they changed the course of Cranbrook's future. With the support of trustee Jenny Fox, Dom established the Center for Collections and Research, which is now our fastest growing program. As president, Dom attended approximately 400 trustee committee meetings. Wait, 81 boards of governors meetings, and nearly 40 trustee meetings. Throughout, Dom nurtured collaborative relationships with parents, alumni, volunteers, governors, employees, trustees, and key foundations that support Cranbrook's efforts. Perhaps the biggest sacrifice Dom made, or really the biggest sacrifice his wife Erin made, was to delay his retirement by a year to assist Cranbrook educational community in meeting the financial and programmatic challenges we faced due to the global pandemic. For that, Dom and Erin, we are eternally grateful. As many of you know, the Cranbrook campus was significantly improved during Dom's tenure as COO and president. Some say that the campus has never looked better. I would tend to agree with that. So the management and the Board of Trustees felt the most appropriate way to honor Dom as he retired from Cranbrook was to establish the DiMarco Endowment Fund for Campus Enhancement. Donations made to this permanently endowed fund will be used for projects such as restoring stone walls, to renovating or expanding planting areas and paths, to walkways. This new fund will support projects that could otherwise fall outside of typical budget resources and will provide a benefit for all people to experience Cranbrook. To date, we have raised over $960,000. That's amazing. That's amazing. And also, it actually shows the support of over 130 donors. And our goal is to raise $1 million. And with your gifts, we are confident we can do that in the very near future. And to those of you who have already contributed to this fund, thank you so much. To those of you who wish to learn more about this fund, there are staff here who will assist you. Where's Eileen? With that, I'd like to offer Dom an opportunity to say a few words. Dom?
Yeah, thank you, Linda. I often say that the sun always shines on Cranbrook. And I think today's beautiful weather and this great gathering is a good testament to that saying, that the sun certainly does shine here. I'd like to thank everyone who came today for this event and take a few minutes to thank you for the support that you've shown me during my tenure. It was truly an honor to serve Cranbrook as its 8th president and chief operating officer. Honestly, it was one of the most enriching, wonderful opportunities that I've ever had. I'd like to give a special thank you to all of Cranbrook staff, many who are here tonight. That includes the faculty, the administration, housekeeping, landscaping, security, contract personnel that helped make Cranbrook an exceptional place for learning. When I started at Cranbrook, my goal was to leave Cranbrook a little better than when I found it. And I think together we've accomplished that. Thank you very much. And of course, I want to publicly acknowledge and thank my wife, Erin, who's been at my side and has attended so many Cranbrook events and been with me after so many long days here at Cranbrook. And without her, I certainly wouldn't have been able to accomplish 10% of what we got done here. So Erin, thank you very much. Also, a big thank you to those who gave to the DeMarco Fund. It's an endowment, which means it'll last into perpetuity. Maintaining the beauty of the campus landscape is a passion of mine. It started early in my days here at Cranbrook as Chief Operating Officer, and this endowment is a wonderful honor for me personally. Finally, I'd like to thank each of you for the support you have shown during my time here at Cranbrook, and ask you now to provide that support to Aimeclaire as we turn the page and the leadership of Cranbrook to someone very worthy of that honor. So thank you very much for coming tonight, and I appreciate you being here. I'd now like to welcome Mark Royce up to say a few words. Mark?
Thank you, Dom. And I think it's safe to say that you left this place a lot better than it was, not just a little bit. So thank you very much for that. And every time I come here, I learn something a little bit different. Today I learned, Rod informed me that it's not called the ramp of the Chinese dog, which was earth-shattering to me. It's the ramp of the Chinese lion. So that's what I learned tonight. So we all should come here and learn something, I think, every time, right? So thank you very much. You know, Dom, not enough can be said about your contributions to Cranbrook. Your impact on the people, the programs, the landscape, the projects, and the entire community has been remarkable and will be felt for decades to come. Through it all, you led us with impeccable integrity, and I'm honored and grateful to count you among my dear friends. One of Dom's best accomplishments was to hire Aimeclaire Roche. First as the director of Cranbrook Schools, and then as Cranbrook's 9th president. So congratulations to that. Aimeclaire, or AC as we all know her, came to the schools following our long-tenured and beloved director, Arliss Seibert. AC had the sensitivity to honor the Cranbrook traditions that are so valued and to recognize what Arliss and those before her had built at our schools. Equally important, AC brought to the position of director of schools vast experience, insight, and knowledge to build upon that great foundation with a focus toward the future. The director of schools faces many challenges, perhaps none greater than the challenge of a worldwide pandemic. Yeah, right? AC and her colleagues, after consulting educational and health experts, recommended that Cranbrook schools maintain in-person educational instruction and keep the students, faculty, and staff safe during the process. This proved to be a safe and successful plan, and I can tell you firsthand, one that was so important to the mental health of all of our students here. The concept of one Cranbrook has been discussed at many levels among the trustees, governors, and the senior leadership team. This means that each of the program areas and all of the volunteer leaders are all part of one Cranbrook community. We are one community. The Board of Trustees is fully confident that AC will take up the mantle and continue to strive forward with one Cranbrook. AC, well, her record speaks for herself, but she has started with impressive command and a keen ability to look ahead. She has led her staff to paint a strong picture of the future, to see over the horizon to what Cranbrook can be, should be, and will be. And she will build upon what Dom has established as a rock-solid foundation, even during COVID, and in a world that has changed forever over the last 2 years. Thanks to what Dom has done and what AC is doing, the future of this community is extremely bright. So with that, I'd like to offer AC an opportunity to make some remarks. So congratulations from the bottom of our heart in this community to both of you. Thank you.
Good afternoon. It is a pleasure and a joy to see so many, both old and new friends. Thank you for taking the time to join us today. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, DeMarco. The board's support and counsel are prized resources, as is their partnership and confidence. I am honored by and humbled by the board's trust and these responsibilities. In the late 1920s, George Booth, in celebrating his and Ellen Scripps Booth's burgeoning investment in Cranbrook, he proposed, we have blazed a new trail. It will be largely the work of others to widen, extend, and improve. Since my arrival to this community in 2018, those words have resonated with me and never more deeply than today. Over the last 3 years and a pandemic, Dom and I have become great thought partners and, more importantly, great friends. How meaningful it is for me to take the path that you, my mentor, have widened and extended so deftly. You have even blazed a few trails of your own here, Mr. DeMarco. I am simultaneously humble and proud to succeed you, continuing to align all of our programs as one Cranbrook in a way that leverages individual and collective strength. Aaron, know that Nathan joins me in deep admiration of you, your effervescence, your steadfast common sense, and thank goodness your humor. Dom and Aaron, we are grateful for your shared trust. We are inspired by your tireless dedication, and we are fueled by your love for Cranbrook. Dom and I have long agreed that Mr. Booth's reflection highlights two fundamental tenets of this remarkable community. First, that Cranbrook was founded with an intentionally future-forward commitment to thoughtful innovation. Blazing trails is in our marrow, with makers and creators here since 1904. Second, that the Booths never doubted for one moment Cranbrook's thriving longevity. In Cranbrook's current institutions, the museum, academy, institute, and schools, the Booths launched an enterprise that would continue to evolve and mature and include Horizons Upward Bound, the House and Garden Auxiliary, and the Center for Collections and Research. And as a result of those innovations, would have even greater impact for generations to come. Now that is a legacy to extend, widen, striving always to improve. Which begs the question, looking into that future, where does that new pathway lead? What is on that horizon? For all our program areas, the trailhead leads to a continued examination of Cranbrook's programs, exhibitions, and educational practices to ensure that they are accessible, that they welcome and engage, that they are relevant and meaningful, and that they guarantee a sense of well-being and belonging to the widest diversity of constituents. The trailhead leads to collaborative partnerships, certainly within, but well beyond our campus, that honor the wisdom and enfranchise the perspective of others, from which equitable culture and diverse and inclusive community grows. The trailhead leads to continued fiscal prudence and sound operational practices, or else, simply put, we squander what we have been so fortunate to receive. The trailhead leads to environmentally sustainable, responsible stewardship of this historically significant campus and remarkable cultural properties, so that we never forget that Cranbrook itself is an integral work of art as much as a crucible for ideas. That said, Equally important as where the trailhead leads is why we tread the path in the first place. After all, we might miss or be deterred from our destination if we aren't fully cognizant of and committed to why we are seeking it. We often say that Cranbrook challenges minds and transforms lives. That is the vision statement of Cranbrook Educational Community, and at the heart of any educational endeavor is transformation. That life-altering change in who we are based upon what we learn from those we meet. The opportunity for growth that comes from engagement with challenging ideas, from encounters with arresting land and hardscapes, from communion with complicated forms. Transformation abounds here, and also is rooted in openness and eagerness for encounters with those and the work of those who hold beliefs, who have had experiences, and who have identities and affinities, passions and expertise that differ from our own. As we navigate the exciting chapters ahead, let's recognize that all who visit, live, and learn on this campus or through our programs have something to share and to teach and to transform us. As we extend ourselves humbly with questions about the experiences of others, what they need for teaching and learning, expression, and well-being. As we widen the definition of community and deepen the tone of our welcome, as we constantly improve how we, as representatives and ambassadors of Cranbrook, ensure the ability of this community to be a catalytic center for the exchange of trailblazing ideas for years to come. With transformation as our inspiration, Cranbrook has, and I believe will continue, to blaze new trails in culture and community, in practice and partnership, in our operations, in our stewardship. Thank you for being a part of that path, for treading your foot upon it with us. Thank you for coming today and celebrating, because it is with you that we walk that path and will continue to extend, to widen, and to improve all Cranbrook Educational Community can offer and can be. With that, as my first official duty as president, I ask you to linger and to celebrate more and to continue to enjoy this glorious day. We are privileged to be in your company. Thank you.